you doing, guys? I just wanted to do a short clip just for the match that's been played on Sunday. I have only a few people who are going to come on and just talk, but it's not going to take long. This will be about 20 minutes, nothing long, maybe even shorter. Obviously, Man City is playing West Ham at the Etihad on Sunday. Uh, Obviously, you guys know yourself that for the past few games, West Ham has been one of the strongest teams. They did defeat us in the Carabao Cup, but obviously that wasn't the first team. So I'm very anxious to see what's going to happen in this particular one. And when the other guys join me, I'm going to also hear their opinion on how this match is going to go. Sorry, I'm trying to check a new setup. And shout out to my homie from the Burnley from the Turf Moor channel is the one who hooked me up with this lovely theme you can see here, layout overlay. So shout out to him. He's one of the good ones. I've been looking for one. So look, Man City versus West Ham. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna make it simple. I'll take my time. Don't worry, take your time. Grab a coffee. Don't stress. We're just gonna go over to the Premier League website to just see how Man City versus West Ham has been in the past. I know that we were beating them seasons ago, but this is not the same West Ham that we were beating and easily dominating seasons ago. So just bear with me for a minute. Man City versus. Okay, you look. As I'm doing this, I'm also going to share it so that everybody can see exactly what I'm doing, so I don't look like I'm crazy here. So keep bear with me for a minute. Let me just share the screen. Share the screen. Google tab. There we go. So look, we are on the same page now. So now we can be that we are on the same page, as you can see. So we're going to look at specifically the Man City versus West Ham game. So let's just go down here. There we are. Cool. So it's going to be a 2 o'clock kickoff. Obviously, West Ham have been doing very well. I think they won that game in Europa, and they're in quite amazing form. Antonio has been amazing for both his country, Jamaica. A shout out to my Jamaican fans, and also been great for West Ham scoring goals. He's actually second after Salah as the top goal scorers, I think, so far. So let's just see this. So we are going to concentrate on. Just look at the stats, the times that Man City and West Ham have played head to head. So Man City have a total of 24 wins, but West Ham have a total of 9 wins. We've got about a total of seven draws here. That's 7 draws between the two sides. On the 27th of February 2020, we beat them 2-1. They came to we went over to West Ham and we drew 1-1. I remember Antonio with that lovely overhead kick. So just give me a minute. I think one of the guests is here. Ali, how you doing, man? We can't hear you. We can't hear you, man. Is your
Oh,
mic?
sorry, I had my mic muted.
Okay,
How you doing?
Well, welcome, man. How you doing? I was just getting people comfortable, so I was just going to check out the stats and the games we played as I was waiting for you guys to come on.
Okay, cool. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'll be on standby.
Okay, great. No. Go ahead. You can chip in. So, Adi, I'm pretty sure you know that this is not the same West Ham we're going to face. David Moyes, he's proven to be a very amazing manager, and it shows why Alex Ferguson handpicked him for the Man United game. But what do you think in this game? Because as you can see here, right, the last meeting we had with them was Saturday, the 27th of February, 2020. We won 2-1. And then prior to that, remember when they scored first with Antonio's overhead kick? Then we were panicking. Then I think Foden came in and scored the 1-1 goal. But for the past, we've dominated them at home 2-0. We've actually beaten them 5-0 away. So we've always won. But now, how do you see this going, man? How do you see this going with the new West Ham team that is already won in the Europa just this Thursday?
Well, with West Ham, actually, the last time we played them, they beat us, which is penalties in the EFL.
Yeah, that was in the Carabao Cup, right?
Yeah, the Carabao Cup. So this team is tricky, and they've gone on a run where they've beaten like United. They've beaten some top teams. They're playing very excellent football. and Mikel Antonio is an outstanding striker. So this is going to be it. So the thing about City is, I don't think the game is going to be difficult from a standpoint of us having a lot of possession, moving the ball. We do all that fantastic, but a lot of teams are kind of used to the way we play football, which is what a lot of the up and coming teams do to the bigger the top tier teams. They kind of study them and figure out, hey, if we go man to man with these guys, we're gonna lose. Most teams will lose against City when you go man to man. Like, oh, I want to play football with these guys. You're gonna lose. The only team that is in our league when it comes to playing football is Liverpool. So everybody else kind of knows. All we have to do is just absorb a lot of pressure, and once we break on that counter, we need an outstanding striker that can put the ball in the back of the net. And fortunately for West Ham, they have that. They have Mikel Antonio who can hold the ball up and on a break, they're wide spring forward and they can lay the ball in. And they just need one counter and then they close up shop again. So it's a difficult game from that standpoint. I see us controlling the game because they're going to let us do that. David Moyes is not somebody that is very prideful, that's going to feel like, oh, I need to show them that I know how to play total football. He doesn't care about that. He cares about winning. So I think we control the game for most of the game. If we score first, then it's a wrap because we put pressure on them. They have to come play us, and then they're going to lose. But if they happen to nick that one goal, which a lot of teams can against us, they make it very difficult for City. So it's a very tricky game because West Ham are pretty good on the counter attack.
Yeah, you're right about that, Addy. Carl just met us. Are you here today, Carl?
I'm right here. I'm just can't show my screen right now because I'm running around with kids doing stuff in the background, but I can speak.
No, take your time, man. Take your time. You don't have to be here now. Take your time. Look,
Oh, I'm there. I'm
Addy,
there. You can add me. You can add me. I'm there. I'm fine.
oh, I just added you. You're actually live right now as we speak. I'm here with Adi. You're live. So, Adi, look, I get what you're
I did.
saying, and you're right. You're
All
right.
right,
We need.
Carl.
We are very weak to teams that have got a very good striker who's clinical, and they're going to counter us. And West Ham countered West. They will counter Liverpool. Sorry, and that's what they're going to play against us. The same way they did in the Carabao Cup. All they did is they frustrated us, waited for their moments. Just
That's it.
obviously there's a new, but Antonio wasn't there, so maybe that's why we were lucky. But it's gonna be a tricky game. It's gonna be a tricky game. Okay, so let's move
I
away
I,
from.
I disagree with that though.
Go ahead, Carl. Go ahead.
I think we need to batter these people. Enough of this hand holding, brothers in arms with West Ham. We like West Ham fans. I think we just go and batter them tomorrow on Sunday. I think if we the way we played against PSG on Wednesday, the confidence we're going to get from that, we just need to batter them. They may score a goal, we just have to score 3 or 4. That we just have to. None of this because right now Chelsea play United, anything can happen. United play Liverpool play Southampton, probably going to win that game. We need to win this game. We just need to go there, that confidence on Wednesday, just batter these people, man. Seriously, we just need to do it.
You seem very very confident, and you
The
seem
thing
very
about the
very
team
very
is
extra confident.
the thing about the team is that when they win big games like a PSG, like a Liverpool, they seem to have a mojo. And the fact that we came from behind against PSG to win that 2-1, the confidence is going to breed on the team. My opinion is going to be massive. We just need to show up and send you guys back down to the 5th or 6th spot that they belong to. Seriously, we're afraid of West Ham. They're currently in form. Okay, fine, but when we play like the way we can play against the top teams, it becomes very, very hard, in my opinion.
Isn't it that Adi is coming from the say so or sense of respect, like respect your opponent? I think that's where he was coming
I
from. Am I
respect
right
them. I
about
think
that,
they're
Adi?
good. I respect them. I think they're good, but I think we just need to turn on the heat. I mean, literally turn. If we concede a goal, try and get 2 or 3. Just go for it. Just go
Well,
for
what
it.
we're talking about is different, though. You're talking about what you want to happen. What you want to happen is what every City fan wants to happen. That's fine. We want to win, of course. We want to
Yeah.
batter them. But if you look at the way they play football and the way we play football, it's not going to be. With the last 2 times we played them, it's the same thing. They just sit back. They have no shame in sitting back. They have 9, 10 men behind the ball. They don't care. They're not going to try to play football with you the way PSG plays
Yeah.
football with you. That's
Yeah.
very
I
different.
hear.
PSG
Yeah.
are trying to link up. They're trying to link up plays. We want that.
Yeah.
West Ham
I
is not
hear.
going to give us that. So when
I
they
hear.
sit
But
back
actually,
compact and they
yeah.
sit back behind the line and force you to move the ball wide as much as you can, there's no place to run. So it makes it
Yeah, so
difficult.
there are two things, right? There are two things that we need to do in that game to get the better of West Ham. The two simple things. Number one is don't play inverted wingers against the back five because we won't win. Don't play inverted wingers. Don't play Mahrez on the left, on the right, and Sterling on the right because we won't win. Play natural wingers. Play your Foden and play your Jesus, or play your Foden and play your Sterling in natural positions. We will take our chance and score goals.
But I don't think
You know,
that matters though. Even if you play
it
your
does matter.
where
It
they
does. It
where
does
are they
matter.
going to run to? Where are they going to run
No,
to?
no. If you play natural wingers, you're more likely to get in behind them. When you play inverted
How,
wingers against a
you
back
can't
five,
get in behind guys that are sitting back.
you can with natural wingers. That's my point.
I,
And we've studied this all season. Anytime we play inverted wingers against a back five, we struggle because our wingers tuck back into traffic.
Carl, you seem to
that's
have
different.
major beef with the inverted wingers. You
Oh,
have
I hate
major
it. I
beef.
hate it.
I
I
know he
think
hates inverted wingers, and I
I'm
don't
part
really
of the
like
rest.
them. But it doesn't. Inverted wingers are not doesn't matter against a team that's sitting back.
Yeah,
Sitting
it
back is
does,
different
Adi,
from
but it does, Adi.
if you have wingers playing their
Let
natural
me
position.
explain.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think it does. I'll explain why, right? Every game we play against the back five and inverted wingers, we struggle because Sterling has to come back on his unnatural foot against two defenders. Mars has to come back on his unnatural foot against two defenders. When you have natural wingers, you stretch them wide so the number eights can tuck into the half spaces and you create those overloads and chances. That's why Sani and Sterling were perfect against guys that sit back because they could stretch the field wide. That's always the issue. Every game we played in
It's
Western against
Let me just read this comment. When Wanika was supposed to be here with us tonight, but she says she's trying to connect, but she can't. She told me she just DM'd me. So Wanika, it's fine. You can listen. Welcome to the show, Wanika. So guys, keep going.
okay. So I don't disagree with you, but I think what you're missing here is inverted wingers or natural wingers. That's fine if you're running behind. You keep talking about running. You're not running behind guys that are just sitting back. They're not moving anywhere.
It's
West
a
Ham.
high line.
That's
You run
exactly.
behind the high line. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. West Ham, if you run behind the high line, correct. West Ham, why go watch the game? They do not move. It's like a line. Like a line of five people. So your inverted wingers or natural wingers, there's nowhere to run to. They're going to pass the ball. What we have to just pray for is a chance. And I think what matters more in this game is the players that are going to play central, kind of central, the midfielders. You have to have creative fielders, and we have to take shots from outside of the box. Our team, because we don't have that clinical finisher like Aguero used to do, where he'll take that one shot. We need to shoot from outside the box and not wait for tap-in goals. We love those goals where the wingers come through, kick it and do little tap in. Eat the easiest goals. We love those goals. Those goals are awesome. The goals that Rodri scores, that Walker can score from distance, that's what's going to matter because you get one of those in, and then it's a wrap. We score first, it's going to be like a 3-0 game or something crazy like that. But if they score first, it's going to make it so difficult because they're not going to want to play football anymore. They're going to want to sit back, they have a goal, and they're just going to just sit there forever. I hate those games. They annoy me. It's almost like basketball where there's a 3-second rule where you can't stay in the paint this long. I wish they had that in soccer, but they don't.
Yeah,
So we just
yeah.
have to work with
I
what
mean,
we have.
it's a fair argument that you make, Adi. It's a really fair argument. You know, and Patrick and I have talked about this before. When we play that back five, when we play against the back five, the inverted wingers is counterproductive because it just allows them to reset, could be run to traffic. With the natural wingers, you stretch the back five and you allow the two eights to run into the half spaces, right? Those pockets between the full backs because you have that natural balance. I think if we play that way against West Ham's back five, I think we have joy and we actually beat them because it's hard to defend like that, and we have to take our chances too. It's hard to defend like that for 90 minutes if you're being
Yes,
pulled
it
left and
is.
right. You know,
It is. For 90
so
minutes, it's very hard to do this. So this is how I feel the game's gonna go. I feel
yeah,
like that first half, they are going to do nothing but sit back and wait for the couple of chances to spring forward and attack. After that first half, after them running around chasing the ball, it's like you soften them up like beef before you kind of put it on the grill. You soften them up a little bit, and then that second half, guys are tired. They're making mental mistakes. They don't want to move as much. Then we can kill the game away. So it's going to be if we score first, it's going to be a blowout. But we don't score that first half, it's going to be a grind game. Then one of those games that I hate to watch.
even if you watch the game we played against them in the
Oh
Carabao Cup.
Go ahead.
There's a West Ham fan here. Okay, so look, I was actually talking to a West Ham fan earlier on, but it looks like we didn't get anywhere. So look, if you're a West Ham fan, Premier League show, what you have to do is send me a DM at True City Fan, send me a message in Twitter at True City Fan, and then you can be able to join. So maybe we can hear from the West Ham side instead of you just listening to those City fans. Go ahead, Aka.
Yeah, I think the Carabao Cup game that I watched it, and the problem with that game was we were profligate, we weren't clinical, right? We had chances, hitting the post, kicking it wide. We weren't really clinical, right? We just have to be clinical. If we're clinical, we get a good result, and we're at home, so we just have to win. We just have to win tomorrow.
Okay, so we were talking about Antonio before you came in. Before you came in, we're talking about Antonio. So for me, I'm gonna let you guys pick players who, from the Man City side, who you think are gonna impact the game. I'll just start off myself. I don't know if everybody's on the same wavelength with me. I pick Bernardo Silva. I think if he has another amazing game, I think it would be good for us. Because look, he's been amazing. I was talking to somebody days ago.
Man.
I was like, the thing about Bernardo Silva, it's not about goals and assists sometimes. It's about the eye test. It's what you see. Like people keep judging Bernardo just because he doesn't have assists like over 10 and goals over 10. But it's not all about goals. Football is also about the eye test. I don't know if you guys agree with me. It's what you watch. You watch that this is a quality player, There's quality players from back in the days who never scored a lot, but you could tell that, this guy is something else. So for me, I think Bernardo Silva will be the one who's going to impact the game from the City side. I don't know about you guys. I don't know about Adi.
Adi, we talked about this on WhatsApp. This guy played PSG, 47 passes, 47 completed, 100% completion rate against PSG.
Yeah.
100% completion rate. I mean, Bernardo Silva for me right now is the player of the season for Man City so far. He has been magnificent.
Yeah. I think the players I really hope Phil Foden can play. I feel like this the game. You need those guys in the middle that can create around defenders. Those like Bernardo Silva, but I don't want to put all the pressure on Bernardo Silva because Kevin De Bruyne is not playing. So we need somebody else in addition to Bernardo Silva because teams know he's in form right now. So all they have to do is kind of man mark him, make it frustrating for him. So you need somebody else to take that pressure off him. And Phil Foden, Ilkay, this is the game they can shine because that middle of the park where you can create around, where you see those passes that nobody else can see. You're going to need that. And I need Rodri to take those chances because no one else does in our team. No one else takes shots from outside the box. And it's frustrating. It's like you see these chances where we're just waiting for the ball to, slide across the ball and tap it in. We love those goals and they're great. But you need to take initiative like Rodri and just blast it from outside and keep it on target. Anything can happen.
Adi, you just touched on one of the most informed defensive midfielders this season. I'm telling you, I think you just touched on that. Continue anyway. I think this guy.
Yeah, because he's brave. He's brave. I love. Sometimes I hate the risk he takes in the middle of the park when there's a lot of pressure around him. He doesn't let the ball up quickly, and then he expects a foul call, and he kind of just throws his hands up and looks at the ref, and the ref is like, "Hey, you lost the ball. Move on." And those are the chances I don't like because we play too high, and your mistake level is very, very is a threat. Once you lose the ball in the middle of the park for City, like you're a defender, it's almost like it's an 80% chance they have a chance on goal, which is just I really hate those. So aside from that, Rodri is amazing. I think Cancelo is going to be phenomenal in this game because he's not one that depends on his speed to run down the flank. He can cut it inside, create, and his crosses are like, man, they almost like, I'm afraid to say it, it's almost Kevin De Bruyne like. Cancelo puts the ball on your feet. So Cancelo for me, Bernardo Silva, hopefully Phil Foden, but I don't know. And then Ilkay, those and Walker. Walker's he's going to be the guy to chase Mikel Antonio down on the counter because they're going to have a couple of counter chances, and you need Walker to chase him down. So those guys have to be sharp. And then Stones can't afford mistakes. He made a couple of mistakes in that PSG game where he lost the ball in the middle of the park and almost cost us a goal.
Yeah, I don't know what was he doing? Is that
I don't know.
what was
But
he doing,
that's
man?
the thing. That's the thing. Some of like a defender like him and Rodri, they kind of feel like they can always hold the ball, and sometimes against very strong defenders, you can't. You're gonna make a mistake when they collapse on
Some
you. So we just got to be disciplined. I think we should win, but I just think it won't be easy unless we score first.
Yeah, somebody said, welcome, Bluey MCFC. Welcome, man. Welcome to everybody. Premier League show. Yes, you're a West Ham fan, but I told you to DM me at True City Fan. If you send a message on Twitter, True City Fan, I'll be able to send you the link. But anyway, so the fan here says we need to beat West Ham for knocking us out of the Carabao Cup. That's true, man. That's what even Adi said. I think Adi Okara said something like that. We do need revenge in this. We need to show them who's boss and who's the top 4 team and who's not. So anyway, Carl and Ade, we've talked about the players. We talked about Western players. I want to just talk about Declan Rice. I know some people say English players are overrated. This guy, Declan Rice, has been amazing. Let's be honest. He's been amazing for West Ham, and he's been one of the most outstanding players for their team so far. For me, I think he deserves more recognition than he gets right now. I know that the English media already hype him, but I think he's worth the hype. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Oh,
No,
I think,
go ahead.
I think he's a good player, man. Yeah, I think he's a good player. He's I mean, at first I like, let me take an English guy. Let me look at this guy. But when I watched his last couple of games, the way he moves the ball and his decision making was really, really good. He's a good guy. He's a good player. I respect him a lot.
Yeah, I think Declan Rice is really good. I think this isn't a game that he's going to be able to show his talents though, because because he's going to be sitting he's going to be
That's
sitting
true.
close to his goal line. So
So this is not the time to advertise himself.
no, this is not the game to advertise himself because he shines more when he's in the middle. You're not going to be in the middle against City. City's going to push you back to your own goal, and you're going to have to defend a lot. So it's not going to really show he's talented. If he wasn't a team like City's team, like he would shine because he operates and flows effortlessly in that middle of the park. But in a game like this, I don't think he's the difference maker. In a game like this for them, it's their wingers and Antonio, the guys that can break out on the run when we lose the ball and try to create something. Those are the guys that are important for them in this game. And the defenders. They have really good defenders. Zuma, Obana are really good.
So Bonner is out. He's injured. He has ACL. I think he's out for like
Oh
5 or 6
wow.
Yeah, he's out.
Okay.
He's out.
Because another thing that worries me with West Ham is set piece.
Yeah.
They are really good with set build. Without Ogbonna,
most of the goals are on that. Oh, most of the goals this season.
Yeah, I know because they have those little tall giants, Suchek, Zuma, and all those guys are really tall. So they create lots of problems. But with Ogbonna out, it kind of reduces that aerial threat they have from set pieces.
So Pep said something recently about after the United game. He says when they asked him what happened, he said we put the ball in the fridge. So for this West Ham, we have to put the ball in the fridge. They cannot have possession. I mean, they can't. No corners.
No corners. No corners. Corners are going to be dangerous for us. If they get a corner, oh man.
Correct. When I was coaching last season, my team they're pretty good at possession. They're very bad at defending corners. I used to tell them, whatever you do not concede a corner. 0 corners because we're really bad at corners. Likewise for us against West Ham, no corners. Put the ball in the fridge.
Yeah. Teams like Chelsea and West Ham, you don't want to give those guys set pieces.
Rudiger, Silva, and them are very good at heading balls.
Yeah, so you don't want to give.
It says Rice and Suchek are great midfielders. I'm pretty sure that's what you're trying to say. Will be a great battle with Bernardo and Rodri. That would be a great battle. Suchek is not marked. But
the problem. So he assumes that he assumes that they're going to play a 4-2-3-1, which Rice and Suchek as 2 holding midfielders. They're not going to play that system. They're going to play a 5-4-1 or 4-5-1, which you're going to have your 2 holding midfielders as defensive players. So they're not going to do what they need to do.
Yeah, Bluey MCFC. Yeah, you won't see a battle between Rodri and Rice. You'll see a battle with Rice. You'll see a battle with Rice and our attackers because he won't be in the middle of the park. Like they won't have it. The only people that will be in the middle of the park is Antonio. That's it.
Right. Unless what they may do is try and do what Crystal Palace did: play a 4-3-3 and play a mid block. So play them a little higher, right? And hope that City are not on their game. right? Because when you play a 4-3-3, but you play them a little in the mid block, where you move the team a little higher and try to press us. That's when we kind of make mistakes. Right?
That is true.
Near our
That is
box,
true.
we concede the counter attack.
Oh,
But then they run a risk. They run a risk though, because then
They
you
run a
leave
risk.
spaces for us to operate.
Correct. They run the risk because if you can control the ball, put the ball in the fridge, you're natural wingers, you spread the field, and they're in real trouble.
Yeah.
They're in real trouble.
It'll be interesting.
Okay, guys. Now we move on to the part where everybody gives their opinion. Yet we all say something, and then Pep decides to play one of his coaching assistants as a DM. Anyway, so how are we gonna do this? You guys can pick. One of you guys can pick defense, and one of you guys can pick midfield.
I
and one
mean,
of us
back
pick
four. We already
attack.
know who the back four is. We already know who the back
Okay,
four is.
let's go for that. So we're just going to negotiate on midfield and strikers, isn't it?
Yeah. Unless you guys differ on who the back four is going to be. You guys.
I don't think it's going to change.
There's a question, right? Of who the center back. And we know Diaz is going to start.
Diaz is going to be it. I think it's Laporte.
Well, why do you think so?
I think Laporte starts because Stones played just Wednesday.
Or do you think Laporte goes of headers? Headers, is he good in the air?
No, but he's good on the ball. He's not really great with headers, defending headers, but he's great on the ball as a playmaking center back.
So you think it's going to be Diaz and Laporte?
I think to start the game, yes.
Yeah, the reason why I think it's going to be Diaz and Laporte, like Ade said, is because Laporte is a left-footed centre back, so it gives us balance, and he's very good at switching the play from the left to the right, especially when you have that pressure from.
He has been very shaky in games, though.
He has, and that gives me concern because I think he tries too much. Like, okay, so where he makes a lot of his mistakes is when he gets the ball in the center back position and he's inching forward because the team is sitting back and he doesn't see the pass. He kind of gets a little frustrated, like he'll play back to Diaz, and sometimes he's not thinking, like, oh, the attacker close to Diaz is close enough to close that gap. He does it a lot of time. It doesn't cost us. It cost us in that game where he gave up a penalty and he got a red card against Zaha. Because he went forward, he tried to play it back blindly, like, oh, okay, Diaz is there, I'll just play it to him, and he miscalculated. And wait, I don't know, was that the same game I'm talking about? Y'all remember the game I'm talking about where he played it back and the guy went in and scored, or he got a red card? Do you guys remember that game?
It was Crystal Palace.
It was Crystal Palace. Okay, yeah, Crystal Palace. Yeah. So that's the only thing that worries me with Laporte. He makes those little mental mistakes where. And he just started to do that because he was so solid. And then all of a sudden, he just got comfortable. Like, oh, I'm not worried about my position anymore. Let me start being lazy. And then he started making mistakes. But I think it's Laporte, Diaz, of course, Walker, and definitely Cancelo. Those are the back four.
Okay, let me just read the comments here. So big up to you, LFC Red Forever channel. Obviously, that must be either Forzi or Laser. Talking, but I think it's Forzi. Forzi, big up to you. Where are my invites? My invites went dead, Forzi. Where are they? And Laser, where are they? Anyway, this by the way, guys, Ade and Carl, these two guys are Liverpool fans. Good brothers, man. Good brothers. They're trying
awesome.
They're trying to do their own thing with UFT they're trying to bring everybody together so that content creators, small content creators, can come together and do a lot of football or chat.
Okay.
Content. Very good,
awesome.
guys.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Yeah. So welcome to you guys. So look, Mr. Premier League, I've told you that I sent you a message if you want to come and tell us on the West Ham part. But as we are waiting for you, we are going to go back to the lineup. So where were we? Are we going for?
I think Carl had a difference of opinion with the back four.
Yeah, I mean, Stones and Diaz. We know that they're good. They're tight in defense, and they're not going to slip up. We will lean on that and say, look, let's win this game. Maybe the next game against Villa away, we can play Laporte. I don't know, but maybe
I hope so. I hope he picks Diaz and Stones. I just feel like because Stones played Wednesday, he might say, oh,
let's keep it at Laporte and Diaz. I agree with you.
Okay, so let's just welcome the West Ham fan. We're gonna do the lineup. Then he's gonna talk to us about West Ham, who's injured, how he thinks this is gonna go. He's just going to give us a side for West Ham, but let's just welcome him. How you doing, buddy? Can you hear us? Yeah, we can hear him. So for now, as we can hear him, we're going to continue with the lineup. So, Carl, you think Stones and Laporte?
I think Diaz and let's do Diaz and Laporte because I think he's probably give Aimee some
Okay,
time
so what
because
about left back? Is it Zinchenko or we're
oh
gonna
yeah,
stick
no,
with
yeah,
Cancelo?
I think it's João Cancelo. I don't think it's Zinchenko.
This is a game Cancelo can really shine because
Yeah,
he,
yeah,
he doesn't have to worry too much about playing defense.
Yeah, because they're gonna sit back, isn't it? So we need
Yeah.
also somebody because De Bruyne is missing. So we need somebody to hit those passes, man. So we need somebody to hit those passes. So cool. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is, Ade, do you want the midfield or the
No,
attacking?
Carl can pick the midfield. That's fine.
Okay, Carl, you pick the midfield and he's gonna pick the attack.
yeah. This beef is pretty straightforward. Rodrigo Hernandez, number 6.
Did you say Fernandinho?
No, he said
Rodri.
Rodrigo. Rodri.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm just joking.
Fernandinho na coaching staff now. He's a coaching. He's
Yeah,
basically a
that
coach
one
now.
is there for leadership now. He's not a.
Okay, so Gundogan and what?
I think it's Gundo and Bernardo.
Yeah. So wait, does that mean Phil's still injured, Foden?
No, I think Phil will be back, but I think Phil will be. I'll leave that Phil to you up front. I think he's going to be up front.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
So
Ade, you've got the big appointment here. You know yourself. Pep
I
is
mean,
gonna
I'm going with my favorite on. It's going to be Jesus on the right. Jesus is going to be
Okay.
on that. Yeah, I don't think
He's
Jesus.
been in great form, hasn't he? Look at the assists, 5 assists so far.
He has, but he plays so well from that position on the right, better than Riyad Mahrez to me.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
100%. 100%.
I don't like this, but Carl don't like going. Carl's not going to like this, but Sterling's going to play on that left.
No, we are going on the left. You want him on the left?
Sterling's going to play on the left. Yeah, he's going to be on the left.
Okay.
That's Pep Guardiola for you. In the middle, you know what? He did try Zinchenko there the last game, and Zinchenko was all right. But
I think Phil will be back though. I think Phil's going to be back.
well, you know what? If Phil's back, then Phil's in there.
Okay, so
If Phil's back, Phil's there. If Phil's back, Phil's there. If not, he's going to try some fancy stuff, man. And I don't know what that's going to be.
He's going to put Palmer again.
Hey, Cole Palmer.
Do you think it's? I mean, Palmer played against them in the Carabao Cup, so I don't know if do you think he? I don't know.
If Phil is not 100%, I think Palmer starts there. Palmer is really good there. He's really actually good. I mean, he hasn't had a lot of chances to he hasn't been given a lot of chances to really perform in the central position, but he's really good. I think he's there. If it's either Phil or Palmer.
Okay, Grant. Okay, so we're putting Foden for now, isn't it?
No. Let Carl wants to go. Carl, go ahead.
The reality is that the front 5 are all gonna move around like
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you're gonna see Gundo on the left. You're gonna see him as a false 9. You're gonna see Sterling move around. They probably maybe stay more left, but he may play right. They're all gonna basically just really buzz around the whole place, and just the movement is what's gonna be key here.
Can we go just Palmer or Foden just to see whatever?
Yeah.
Because I'm also thinking this can go another way, by the way, Ade. It can go Jesus down that middle, and then Raheem goes this side, and then
if Jesus goes down the middle, he's not going to play. He won't. Okay, this is the thing. Even if Sterling is going to play on the right, he won't start off on the right. He'll start him off as the inverted, and then like the PSG game, they'll switch because other teams do it. Because even Mbappe did the same thing. He was on the left, and then his goal came from the right because he moved to the right. So I think that's what will happen with Sterling. But if Jesus goes down the middle,
I don't even mind having Sterling on the left if we have Jesus on the right, because at least you have one inverted winger, one natural winger, so you still can have that width, right? You still have that width
because
right.
Jesus is natural on the right, correct?
Correct. So I still like it because you're pulling the fullback on the right all the way wide with Jesus, and then Sterling can tuck in between the fullback and the center back on the left.
Then why doesn't he just start with staring down the middle, Foden at the left, and Jesus at the right? And if it doesn't work, Jesus comes on the middle.
Because Sterling through the middle, Sterling through the middle doesn't work as well as Sterling on the left.
Sterling and doesn't know, he doesn't even know what the word finishing really means. I mean, we like the goal he scored that Bernardo laid up for him, but in all honesty, Sterling doesn't know how to play that central role. He hesitates too much when he's in front of goal and he doesn't know what to do. I'm not faulting him. He's excellent for what he does, but
Yeah.
what we're trying to get him to do, he's not really good at that.
Okay, so guys, we have the West Ham fan. Can you hear us now, man? Your sound is low, man. We can't hear anything at all. We can't hear you at all.
Check your
Maybe not
microphone.
connected. You got to check his mic.
Yeah, check your mic, man. Check your mic. You're gonna check your mic. So if you check your mic, maybe we'll be able to hear you. But for now, we really can't hear you, man. We really can't hear you. So look, try fix your mic, then you can come on, and then we can try and understand from your viewpoint. But anyway,
hey, Louis MCFC. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Phil forward if he's fit. If not, Cole Palmer. Yeah, I agree with you, bud.
Yeah, but let's also think about it.
Is Jack back? Is Jack back?
I don't know. I read the injury report. The injury report said he was going to make a decision that they trained individually, but he will make a decision come I think today. So maybe after today we should get more clarity on because if Jack is healthy, then that's different. That's because he would definitely play Jack down that left. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I just hope we win, Sean. I just want to win.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So okay, guys. So predictions. We're gonna go to predictions. We're gonna start with you, Carl. Then we'll go to Ade. So what do you predict for this match, Carl?
I think it'll be 2-0 City. I think it'll be 2-0.
Clean sheet. Okay.
Clean sheet.
Okay, grand. What about you, Ade? How do you feel? What's the prediction for this massive game? Don't forget we are playing against the 4th team in the Prem right now.
I know, but we're head and shoulders above West Ham. I mean, no disrespect to West Ham at all. Like, they're a really good team. They're really good at what they do, which is counter-attacking football when they play the top-tier teams. I think if we score first, I think it's a shutout. I think because when we score first, it's too much pressure. You have to do something. You're not going to just say, oh, okay, they scored 1-0, so I'm okay with 1-0 and I'll sit back. No, you're not going to do that. As a West Ham number 14, you're going to want to play, and then you're going to concede more goals. But I put it in City to have one mistake. So I see like a 3-1. I can see one mistake coming from City where we're just like, gave up the ball, and Antonio smashes it in.
You know, the funny thing, Ade, is that the weird thing about this season, right, is that when we played the so-called boys in the top 4, boys in the top 5, we've literally battered them. I mean, think about United, think about even Liverpool. The first half was a clinic, right? Even Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge was just a clinic. We literally have just take the ball in the fridge and dominate possession and basically create chances and control the game. It's against those Crystal Palaces who are there.
Yeah, you are now speaking my language. You are now speaking my language. It's always against these nonsense, foolish teams. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, West Ham fan. I'm not putting you in the category. Against the Crystal Palace, the Southamptons, these people that don't need, they should not be on the field with City. Then they'll start giving us problems because we're making stupid mistakes. And these guys are just and they will just run in behind us and finish. They really, really frustrate me. I'm sorry. I messed up my mic, my camera.
You messed up your camera.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
I can understand the passion. You're right about that. We drew against Southampton. We drop points. Then we go to Crystal Palace. We drop points against them. It's always these teams that are mid-table yet not hard that give us trouble. I don't know do you think we put the foot off the paddle with these teams, or we take it lightly?
I don't think that's it.
Go ahead.
No, I'll let you go. I'm talking to you.
I think the issue is just one of mentality. It's like they come into the game, okay, we're pretty good. We know we're good. They're not at that 100%. They're human beings. They're human beings. Yeah. You don't have the best game every single game. And the standards are so high with City that our standards are so high that you can't afford to slip up, which is why the Premier League, right, I mean, right now Chelsea's on 3 points ahead, but there's going to be pressure on them because they know if they drop 1 point and City happen to take the lead, it's going to be like pressure, 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 pressure all the way through May. So because we're used to that level, we know how to do 21 games on a bounce, 18 games on a bounce. We know how to get it done. But sometimes the standards slip, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, it's just coming. It's Crystal Palace. We'll play them. We'll beat
I,
them. You know.
I agree with you, and I think the mistakes come primarily from lack of defensive You know, I don't know how to explain this. It's the attackers being aware defensively that their mistakes are critical in a game where the other team is dependent solely on counterattacks. You have to be you have to treat that ball like is like a precious gem in that middle, because if you're on that line, that middle line, and you know that there's nobody behind you, your mistake is catastrophic. And I don't think in these games against Southampton, Crystal Palace, we really see it as such. And we just like, if I make a mistake, okay, we'll get the ball back, we'll start again. No, not always. Those teams are read their game plan is one simple mistake, we run quick and we try to get a goal. And I think that's just yeah, you're right. It's just a lack of discipline in these games against the West Hams and the Crystal Palace and Southampton that City just make these mistakes.
Yeah, so guys, do you have anything else to say? Guys, in the comments, if you feel that you've got another prediction or you've got other thoughts on the game, please tell us in the comments below. So the West Ham fan is back again. He's gonna try one more time. One more time. He's going to try if he can get everything sorted out. Can you finally hear us? Again,
Hello?
it looks like he can't hear us. Again,
They said something. They said something.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
they were left
can you
again.
hear us? I think whoever is having issues with the mic. You must be having issues with your
Can you
mic.
hear me?
Look, man. We can hear you. Yeah, go ahead. Just be louder.
What did
It's a connection.
you can't hear me?
It's connection issue. The connection isn't good.
Yeah, you must have a very bad connection. That's why maybe we can't hear you. You know what? Let me do you a favor. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna send you a message when we're doing the post-match reaction. We'll be able to bring you on. So that's what we're going to do because we're about to cut this off. So when we're doing a post-match reaction after the game, we are going to bring you on. You must be ready. Make sure your mic, your internet is well, so you can do a mic test. So Adi and Carl, before we go, do you have anything else to say on this game before we close in? And thanks for everybody who's been watching so far.
Adi, you want to go ahead or should I go ahead?
You can go ahead, Carl.
And all I want to say, man, is that we're blessed. We are extremely blessed. We're extremely fortunate because the football we're watching from City this season, man, I ain't never seen this kind of football before. The last time I saw this football was Ajax in '95. You know, that Johan Cruyff total football. I ain't seen nothing like this before, man. I ain't seen a team dominate the ball, control the game against Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi. I mean, you go to Stamford Bridge, you go to Old Trafford, you go to Anfield after 2 years with a full Anfield crowd against Salah, Mane, and Firmino or Jota, and you literally dominate the ball and create some. I mean, it's just I've never seen it before. And we have to recognize that this coach that we have, without a striker, I mean, the guy's a genius, man. And I'm blessed to watch it, to enjoy it, to drink it in because. I don't know if it can ever be better than this, man. Seriously. Yes, we'll lose games. Yes, we'll have the odd counter attack. We'll lose to Crystal Palace or Southampton. But by and large, we just got to enjoy this and soak it up. I mean, it's incredible. Who would have thought that City would top the group against PSG, RB Leipzig, and even Club Brugge, scoring 17 goals and conceding maybe 4 or 5? Who would have thought that way? Who would have thought that? It's absolutely stunning for me, and I'm so glad and privileged to be able to watch this kind of football, guys. Over.
Okay, Ade, anything else? Or maybe Kao has covered it in that passionate
Yeah,
close up.
he's kind of covered it all. I think we're playing great. Um I think with City fans, I think this season is kind of an up and down for them because we'll lose a couple and we buy into this media hype, which is one thing I hate. We buy into the media loves this narrative of as soon as we lose a game, oh, City need a striker. City can't play without a striker. We win a couple of games, and it's like, oh, City don't need a striker. So the narrative is written, and the fans, they are some of the fans are gullible. We just buy whatever the media says.
Yeah,
Go with the team you have now. We can
yeah,
dream about what we want to see, but you have to be happy with what you have now so that you
yeah,
can actually enjoy the game. And that's how I find myself these days.
mm,
I want to enjoy us playing football. So if I keep
mhm,
thinking about what we don't have, I'm never going to enjoy the team we do have. There's no
mhm,
way to enjoy the team you have. You keep thinking, oh, we could get this one piece. It'd be nice if we had a Holland. It'd be nice if we had came before the season started. It'd be great.
Yeah,
mhm,
We don't have
mhm,
those guys, and we
mhm,
don't know if we're going to get them. What we do
mhm.
know is the team we have now. We have a Bernardo Silva that is prime Bernardo Silva that played when Kevin De Bruyne was injured the other years.
Yep,
He's
yep,
playing MVP level. So we have to enjoy this. Cole Palmer. There's so much excitement in this team. Cole Palmer he's not even 20 years old. He's playing in Champions League. He's
incredible.
starting in a pep team. And then you have the other kid that came on.
McAtee.
Maki
Oh,
T.
that kid.
We
Woo!
there is so much excitement in this team, and there's so much in. And when Pep talks about it, I'm sorry, I know I'm going longer than I should. People don't really listen to what Pep is saying. There's so much excitement for the future of
Mm,
this team. It's just not for
mm,
the now, the
mm,
future to build on. The guys in the academy, the Zaki. I mean, I can go on and on. So we just have to appreciate what we have now. We're playing fantastic. We're 3 points off the leaderboard. Man, the sky's the limit, man. I think we can go far. I think we can go far playing the football we're doing now, and with the guys playing at the top of their game like they are doing, we can go far.
okay, guys. So that's the words from the two guys from Pitch Points. Guys, by the way, Pitch Points is the channel I am collabing with recently. I'm gonna be working with these guys. If you want the socials, right in the description of the YouTube video, I have the channel and description on how you can follow them. These guys are amazing guys. They're passionate about football. They know majority of football because they are students of the game. So look, we're going to continue with these videos. We might extend to doing all the Premier League games. That's when we have time. But now we wanted to do the West Ham versus Man City game, which is going to be a big game on Sunday at 2 o'clock. So thank you guys for coming on today. Please like, subscribe, drop a like at the bottom. And if you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter, True City Fan, and also YouTube. So since Carl is not 100% with us right now, he's on a voice. Ade, I'm going to let you speak on behalf of Pitch Point and tell the audience where
Hello?
we're saying we're going to let you speak on behalf of Pitch Points and tell the audience where they can find you.
Oh, I don't know all the details of where the Carl knows all the details of where to find them on the pitch points more than I do. So if you can speak to that.
You find me at on Twitter at Gundalorian. Think of a Mandalorian, think about Gundalorian, after last year's performance. And then also on the YouTube, it's at Pitch Points. We talk about football, love the game. We're bringing people as well. And also Afrobeat Live Fan Zone is also another show that we do in collaboration with. So check us out on YouTube, check us out on Twitter. And yeah, this has been good.
Okay, so that's from the two guys, Carl and Adi. It was a pleasure having both of you. Amazing thoughts and insight as always. Till next time we see you guys. Goodbye. That's from me, City Fan. Bye.